once stood behind him. Steve will read from a sheet of paper. I once stood behind him and he was reading. There was actually nothing on the sheet of paper. Because a lot of it is just covered here. Ladies and gentlemen, a big warm welcome to SteveS.
It's called Fighting Words from Softer Hands. You have stood from an only almost safe distance. You have watched and not felt brave. You have understood that you do not understand. This is not your comfortable home. There is no deadbolt to keep you from panic. But panic is no good here. You have to look like you could break a jaw and wood. This is not easy for you to do. You are not scary, except to people much less scary than you are. You are the inner city, art wanking, coffee sipping, first world complaining about the price of anything, all the things you do not need, survival instinct dulled. You are all these things, because nature picks its poets as it picks its battle-ready terror hurlers, its aggressors and its aggressed. You are this because this is who you dreamed yourself to be. You are this because somewhere in your gene pool there is a sense of humour. But you have stood here, only to be later warned you shouldn't have been standing here. You have felt your neck hairs bristle with a kind of electric elemental memory that lets fight or flight decide for you, and not always with the good sense you might hope. And you know there are people who don't think much of you. You're painted on nails, you're painted on self-image. They don't assume you understand much, are only afraid of you as much as anyone fears the too familiar unfamiliar. A mental fear, not a physical. You have done nothing to prove you're not as soft as a baby possum or a fresh wet turd. There are people here who know what it is to fight. You know only fighting yourself, not considered the same planet of origin. You have not been conditioned to hit first, talk later, talk never hit again. You have not been bended into a shape that allows you to attack preemptively. Perhaps you are not weaker, merely a different creature. A parallel species, still your kind have survived, will always be needed. You may not be understood or even wanted, but your will to continue your line marks you as dangerous still. You have always had an air of trouble, you poets. There have been bets on your survival, and you have laughed your way through plenty worse passageways of hell.
Yeah.
It's called Unspoken. This will be the day. Today, I go to write this poem. Fun and funky. Cuts to the economy of speech. Indefinite articles. Chain linked by conjunctions. Frog marched out by the imperative guard. Huddled together in a crocodile of prepositions. Cattle cars to the east. Blinking rapidly, the nouns fall out of sentences, dragging their drunken adjectives and flouncing adverbs. But from loyal machismo, the verbs stay. The action toys. You mess with us, you mess with the future. Today I go to write this poem, Fear. At the edge of the page, black-shirted, border security, goon squad grammar Nazis, privatising sentences, redacting paragraphs, relegating love songs to offshore gulags. Cheap labour, constructing three-word slogans. Yeah, nah, dunno. Tell someone who cares. Get a job, you bludger. Change and continuity. Arbeit macht frei. Arbeit macht frei. Today, I go to write this poem, Temple. I pray for your self-anointed benediction. You kiss my name, I hear your voice a breath away. A song floating in a sea of oxytocin. Words fail me to write what cannot be written, but I write them anyway. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Today I go to write this poem, Acceptance. All my hopes and dreams writ large across the vertical indigo skies and the handheld intimate horizons. In a yellowing room the books are burning and I am lost for words, yet, choked with tears and fierce inflection, I speak. This will be the day that we will become unspoken. Thank you. Good, I think we'll just segue straight into the open section. I'm just going to take Happy birthday, KScuff. Million Star Hotel. It's not a birthday, it's a book's birthday. Yeah. Yes! Ladies and gentlemen, KScuff. Please, start.
I should do the title poem, and I should do the flip side to it. The Million Star Hotel. Dedicated to John, who named her, and Dave, known as Brock these days, Dave Brock, who relayed the story. Both have stayed often in the Million Star Hotel, which, for those of you who don't know, is sleeping under the stars. I often lay my head down in the Million Star Hotel. She's the best accommodation, and I've come to love her well. Man and beast lie down in peace where nature's spirits dwell, lulled to rest by the whispers sweet at the Million Star Hotel. The rich man rarely finds her, the poor man knows her spell. The mystery's deep and magic sleep at the Million Star Hotel. There's always the flip side. The flip side of this is dedicated to Owen Danby and others like him. Owen drowned. No one knew for a week who he was even. He'd been sleeping at Melbourne Cemetery. The Muted Star Hotel for Owen and others. I spend my nights under the spell of my place in the Muted Star Hotel. Above, the orange glow of freeway lights dim the stars till they're lost from sight. When darkness comes, I slip in through a gate that leads me to a bough. Lush, though dying, this is my tree, room 101, Melbourne Cemetery. I dread the cold more than the ghosts. They'd be company, I'd be host. It's more the living that I fear. I keep my bag and banjo near. I crawl out when the day is bright and with bag and banjo go trawling light. I sing my songs about what led to hell, room 101, the Muted Star Hotel. You should write a book, some say, as they flip a coin and pass on by. Black hat at the end of the day yields $7.20 my pay. A can of beer, a loaf of bread, then I head to the fantastical palaces of the dead and the unmarked graves and the trees I know well. Address, Melbourne Cemetery, Muted Star Hotel. And I just want to thank all you people for coming. I'm looking around here and I see every single face here are people I love. I love you all and thank you for coming.
Thank you.